while since I streamed, man. Nice. Live studio, let's go. So today we are going to talk about interviews and how you need to prepare for interviews. Right now I'm going to launch a TikTok, basically TikTok Live, and let's see if people would join here. It's late, I know, but this is it. I mean, it's the only time that I could do this, and yeah, we're going back to every day until we finish up. Nice. I'm looking forward actually how Twitch will work from now on that we are now affiliated, but let's see how it goes. Oh, there is some new hypes about some TwitchCon thingy that is happening soon, but yeah, whatever. Let's do it. Now I'm launching TikTok Live as well. Hopefully people will join. It's a bit late, but I think for the Americans it's fine. Yeah, let's see who will join at the end. Hopefully also people are notified on my Discord. All right, let's go live. So yeah, it's been a very long while. It's been around 10 days that I didn't stream at all, but now we're going back on track. My son was teething and it was like a horrible situation. I was alone with him, so yeah. Cool. I'm waiting for some people to join first, and then we're gonna talk about this in more details. Cool. So tomorrow I have another interview, Adobe interview, by the way, where it's a code design P30 level, which means that I'm going just not for the junior or middle. It's kind of like a senior level engineer, and hopefully it goes well. Britannia said, can you explain promises, please? That's a good question. I can do that. Let me actually pop up the chat for Twitch, and yeah, I'll be able to do that for sure. 100%. 1 second, then I'll just pop this up. We can put it on there. Yeah. Cool. Nice. Now that we have that up, I can just do this. 1 second. Oh yeah, cool. 1 second, I'm doing like I want to share my screen with y'all so you can actually see what I'm doing, and then we move forward. I'll explain all the promises for you guys. All right, cool. So let me just share my screen. So yeah, I'm gonna share, and you will see now right now that I'm sharing Twitch. Basically, Twitch is where I also stream here, and we're gonna go to Excalidraw and start drawing some stuff here. All right. So what is the promise? Right, and where does GS came up with this promise thing? Right. So a promise in GS is something that we called in the beginning of JavaScript something like node timeout, which means that you know that JavaScript is basically synchronous, so it uses the first in first out or FIFO kind of approach to resolve its stack, which means that you will have like a callback stack like this. So if function 1 calls function 2, right, then you will have to wait for function 1 to resolve first so you can call function 2. So I'm trying to kind of like explain everything, but popping up from different origins, because you need to understand the origin of everything, then therefore you can understand promises and you can recreate it or maybe re-explain it to someone else, right? So this FIFO, or first in first out, for this stack that is JavaScript, is only works when only the stack is synchronous, right? And JavaScript is actually a synchronous language. It's not async, by the way. It became async starting 2000, started on Ajax, if you heard about it. And that was around 2013 plus, where people actually started to call for promises and resolve promises and stuff like that. So in our case here and how this works, let me just also share this here. The funny thing that happened is this stack became like super much redundant, because if you are going to actually use something that is resolved in here, then you need to wait for this until it finishes, and then you move here and you move here, right? So the good thing about promises, it said, hey, okay, you can run this at a given time, let's say t equals 0, right, seconds, but then you will kind of wait for like, let's say 2 minutes to resolve this, and that 2 minutes is a really long time. What about this one, at least you can run them asynchronously, and you can still wait for this for 2 minutes while these are resolved already from the first second, right? So yeah, this happened to be the solution. They told, okay, then the stack will become like this. It will be divided by 2. The synchronous part will be here. The async part will be here, right? And the async, if it's ever called, it will not struggle with add-in synchronous code over here as well. So boom, 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 boom. We go down. So we said JavaScript has this stack thingy. It actually executes things first in, first out. Then came something called a promise, or what it called before, node timeout or Node.js timeout. So now you will have this possibility to run your stack dependent on either something needs to be awaited or not. So if not, then that's automatically synchronous. If it needs to be awaiting, then this is async. All right. And that's why whenever you create a promise, let's say you are now creating a function for a promise. A function from promise can be called whatever, but before you actually call this function, you need to define it. And when you define it, let's say this function is called wait please or something like that. Oh man, wait please. You need to actually put async before it. So let's put this as a const, and then you put here async, right? And then you here define the function as you want it to be, right? So that async would then wait for an await here. So it needs to have an await. Otherwise, if you have ESLint, it will actually block this. And I would say, yeah, what am I waiting for? You say, hey, I'm waiting for a new promise. And when is this promise going to be resolved? Whenever you call the resolve function. And that's why in my code here, you have this promise 1, promise 2, right? And let me actually take off now the screen so you guys see the code. And you see me here calling the resolve directly, but if I just actually resolve using text, you can do that, by the way, right? It can be the same thing, right? So here sequentially, to run promises sequentially, which means that one after the other, you need kind of like to call promise all using .all, promise.all, which means that it will run everything and then console log I'm done. But this all settled mean that it will never have errors, basically all parallel without any errors. If you want to actually run them sequentially without using the .all, then you will create a const run sequence, right, equal whatever I told you right now, async, just a callback function here. And then you will be like, hey, run whatever it will take. For example, here we said it will take an array of promises, right? Promises. Yeah, so here you can do promises for each, right? Yeah, or basically here it will be promises. So you will say, hey, yeah, you can run the element directly because it's a promise anyhow. So basically you can resolve it directly. Or you can say, hey, run this dot then run element of other index of promises of 2 and so on. And sequentially you call the same function over and over again and it will work out for you. So that's a solution. Hopefully that's understandable. Yeah. But I don't know. If you have questions, please let me know. There's 16 of us like this. He's almost to 3K. What do you mean by that? I mean, oh, some guy actually just spammed the like button. All right, thank you. All right, cool. Yeah, so usually there is a lot of people here. There's around, I don't know, like 100 people, but now I am very late. Yeah, cool. I see these notifications though about people um, having like universes sent to them and stuff like that on TikTok and stuff, but I don't still understand what is the premise of that and how does this work. But I think, yeah, you can support by just going to my Discord as well and joining. So there we are talking more about the JavaScript world, and we sometimes try to solve problems. Yeah. Are you doing syntax tutorials? Yeah, right now I'm actually having a kind of an interview tomorrow. It's not an interview somehow. I don't know how to call it, but yeah, it is a technical interview for some reason. And we are going to actually do some code reviews in it, and probably I will be building something similar to this debounce or this anagram functions, even though that these are solved as a senior level here, so you don't see a lot of for loops here. You could change this one to be reduced, for example, to count the characters and stuff like that. But actually, because my chat is mostly out of juniors, I kind of tend to use for loops a lot. Yeah. Do you use Node.js and React, or what technology do you use with JS? Yeah, I use React.js and Node a lot at my job. And here we have some GitHub repos that we are actually doing as SASs with the chat that I'm building with you guys, and you will be able to see them. And there you will have Prisma, you will have Prisma as an ORM, you will have Node.js, you have Auth with Passport.js, you will have a lot of other stuff, and you can check it out. It's called the White Noise app, and I'm still building it, but today I'm going back to streaming after 10 days like a break, and I just wanted to say hi. So tomorrow we'll go back to that application after the interview, and I will also tell you exactly how the interview went and everything. Yeah, cool. Are you front end or back end? I am a front end, by the way. Yeah. No, I am more front end actually in my job. Hey, Novsky, welcome back. I am more front end. Yeah, you said he's back. You mean I am back? Yeah, yeah. I think you are actually were about to maybe reply to someone, but yeah, I am back. So yeah, why I took a break is just that my little baby. I have a little baby, 11 months. He's teething a lot, and he's really having the worst time of his life. and yeah, I'm trying my best to help him out, especially that I was with him alone for like 10 days now, and now I'm back when his mom came back. They pay you good on front end? Yeah, they pay good actually. Today I was actually talking about my job situation a lot in live streams and stuff like that, and it was really bad because in Adobe I was a contractor, and I was left without a contract, so I cost them around 10k a month. I know this is not really data that should not be there. Everybody should know that if you are an engineer, you can make around 10k easy, brutto, I mean brut before taxes. And then you will end up with the half of them, which is 5k netto, to 6k or 8k if you are living in Romania or Bulgaria or whatever, or Russia or whatever. So the thing is that it was for me kind of, yeah, a bit hard to know what I'm going to do. But today they introduced me to the American team, and I think I have a way maybe to shift my hours to start working at night time, because then I will be on the same time with the Americans, and I can also focus because then my child will be sleeping, so I can focus more. But yeah, are you Spanish? Where are you from? No, I'm from Tunisia, Tunis, but I live in Germany. All right, for sure there's people talking about AIs here. Concurrency runs at the same time, but not necessarily on different CPUs. Interesting. Yeah, parallelism you're talking about, right? Yeah. Can you explain the difference between parallelism and concurrency? I think he is meaning the part where I was talking about promises, by the way. Yeah, that's one thing that I wanna also highlight. Promises are really crucial only when you are building the promise all function by yourself. which means that you are waiting for all the promises to be settled, and then therefore you need to actually create what we call a poly function, what we call, which means that someone will ask you to rewrite a reduce function or rewrite a mapper function. So always do one thing: start with a temporary array. So then you can save in it, like, or a hash map, you can save in it the status of every array or every element of the array, if it's settled or not. Do a hash map, do a map. I will show you examples, don't worry about that. Oh, we see there is someone from Tunisia here asked a Tunisian question. مثال تعطيني نصيحة عندي غدوة. Oh, Vorstellung Gespräch. Oh, okay. وخايفة من Okay, so basically, are you in tech? You can Aza here. You can tell us if you are actually on a level of interview junior, or maybe I don't know which level, and also which stack. I am on the stack of React or MERN stack, basically. I say React, but this is the Next.js one, but both works. Nice, Aza. I'm really happy that there is Tunisians here. I thought that I know all of them, but now we have new ones, which is awesome. What happens if a promise takes too long? The application will have to wait. No, for all settled, yes, we'll have to wait. But for all, it doesn't have to wait. So promise.all is actually the API function for promises that will wait only for the promises that are settled first, and then the ones that are not settled, it will just return them as not settled after a small timeout, maybe 3 seconds, 4 seconds, whatever. 4 seconds is a really long time for JavaScript, by the way. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, then if you are using promise all settled, so this means everything settles without any problem, and a problem happens, then yeah, everything will stop, and then it will return that. I think it will return nothing at this point. It will return maybe an error, or if you would return a try catch, it probably return the catchy part, the error. Yeah, cool. As I'm still waiting for your stack, so basically I can give you what you need to prepare for. Some guy said sorry for me. Sorry for what? What happens if a promise takes too long? I answered that one, and the application will have to wait. Sometimes, yes. Yeah. Is developers doomed because of AI? Not really. Today I actually had someone talks to me that he built an AI tool that helps you review your code. So imagine AI right now being your friend, your best friend, let's say, like that. So in your case here, you will say to yourself, hey, I think I am in a situation where I need to shape AI to help me daily on what I do. So for example, for me, I create AI tools, like for example, a template burner, or maybe basically, you know, the Create React app or the Vite Create from React. Basically, I created my own instance of that. So basically, I created it with AI, right? I help AI to understand what I do, and it helps me to create the plugins that makes my life easier. So don't stop at that point and you say, oh, I'm doomed because of AI. Not really. You're not doomed if you are smart. Yeah, true. Nur said any is named function that it doesn't return true or false is a bad code. Let me see, is anagram? Yeah, this one returns true or false, by the way. But for me, I don't know, I tend sometimes to use for loops and not reducers and not hash maps and stuff like that, just because I need the chat to understand what I'm doing. But you are correct here. It should be actually returning true or false. Is palindrome here returning true or false, for example? Yeah, we did this on live stream, actually. This one doesn't return true or false. This returns an output of an array of arrays, basically. I'm also surprised that I left it like that. It should be flattened and maybe more prettier than that. I was actually trying to find a function that I created. Yeah, let me see, somewhere where we count something, so I can share with you the hash map solution that I talked about. Yeah, so for example here, the replace option, how we change it to regex, that's something that shows that you know regex, at least in a situation where you are showing that you are senior or something like that. Oh yeah, okay. This one is good to count how many bananas you have. Bananas, strawberries, mangoes, yeah, whatever. So you have an array of fruits, and then you need to actually return how many fruits you have for each. And then you know that a hash map or a map in JavaScript actually is only accepting, wait a second, a map does not accept unique, a set accepts unique values, right? So here probably a map is really wrong. Wait a second. Yeah, oh, okay. We don't use a set here because if we find banana twice, then we cannot edit the second one, the number, because we already affected it. So a map can accept duplicates, and on this reason itself, we are mapping through this map itself and saying, hey, we have banana once, okay, if there is one, then get how many I have and plus one, and that's gonna be it. Otherwise, if you don't have that fruit already, it will be defaulted to 0, which is a good approach, kinda. What are the outputs? It's actually, the output is just here on top, sometimes on the bottom. Oh, you're right, there is no output for this one. Let me just go here. Oh, wait a second, what is this? Okay, I'll just go here and challenge, yeah, and then npm. Okay, let me see, where am I? No challenge, yes. So you see here, this is the map itself, right? By the way, this is the problem solve function. This is another function, don't worry about it, but this is the output. Yeah. I miss your live streams. I'm back, man, I'm back. So now you won't see me going anywhere anymore. Nice. Yeah, cool. I'm in uni and they don't teach us shit. I think it will be easier for me to learn after I graduate. Jano, I think that you are in this situation where I was as well. And welcome to the club, you know. It's just that you will never learn anything. In school, you'll just learn yourself stuff, right? So you use Linux? Yeah, I do use Linux. Yeah. Tmax with Linux with a lot of other stuff. Or MyZosh and stuff like that. So yeah, here another friend said, big tech talk about AI going to... Why you say like you say IA? I think you're French for some reason for that, because what do you call AI in French? Intelligence artificielle, so AI in French. Or IA. You're French, 100%. I'll put all my money. So developers are at risk even if they are good. No, we are not at risk, man, and we will never be. I want to learn code. How do I become like you? I'm not that really advanced, by the way. I'm just knowing what I need to know. But if you ever want to become something like me, then please go and check my roadmap and also check my GitHub. I have a Linktree account, so you can go to my Linktree and check it out. It would be really good. Yeah. By the way, thanks for the 8,000 likes. Very fast, actually, guys. You put me on the map, Bistra. Like, that's cool. All right, so there is one thing that you need to know also. Look at this. I will actually read something about some guy who messaged me just literally 1 hour ago. Okay, and this is gonna be a story time. Okay. So all of you sit down, bring a coffee or whatever, and let's talk, right? So this guy came to me and said, hey, this is from Tunisia, but he's Tunisian as well, okay? And he told me, hey, hope that this is not bad to ask or whatever. I heard that Romania has one of the best universities, so he wants to study there. And I think he's in graduation, high school graduation level. I'm not sure, maybe he's older. At this point, I don't really know my homies anymore. It's been a while since I left country. And then he told me, yeah, I heard also that its tax rates are very low, and I want to become freelancer at some point, so I'm thinking about Europe. So either Romania or Germany, but Germany needs more language. By the way, it doesn't need language at all. I'm A1 level here since forever. And right now he's learning CSS, so he's not even learning JavaScript yet, and he's thinking about what to do next, right? So the first thing that I said to him, yo bro, I said, I will tell you the truth. You only go to Europe with a diploma. And I think this is the best thing to say. You only go to search for a job with a diploma. You don't go search for jobs while you are learning, right? Or you go search for a job while you are learning, at least for an entry level, that's fine. But when you are a graduate and you know that at some point you will graduate, get your diploma. enjoy your life as a student. Go get girls, or go get alcohol, or go enjoy your life, go have fun, and then we will talk. You know what I mean? Yeah, then we will talk. Don't worry. Then finish to get your diploma, then starts the part where you actually need to find a job. It's fine to be jobless for 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or make no money. It's totally fine. Yeah. Yeah, so Giannis said, if I get a diploma, I could get employed and they teach us what they want us to know where there, I think. Yes, 100%. And that's why there's something called onboarding. Onboarding is literally taking someone who knows nothing and teaching him what to do. So what the hell is wrong with you guys? Why you're thinking about getting a job? Why you are stressing while you will have this onboarding as well? Do you think that you will get into a job and you will find someone coding with his, I don't know, mind only looking at the screen without touching the keyboard or something like that? It's not like that, It's just that they are a human as you and they just learned, right? So I said to him, don't go to Europe unless you have a diploma. Forget about studying. Right now it will cost you around 700 euros to just rent. As a student, that's too much, really. And I think that that if you are actually renting a place and you need to take money from your parents, for example, plus your the money that they will pay for your school and stuff like that, then you will cost them around 3,000 euros or whatever. Then that's too much. You know that you are in a level where you are actually just consuming more than actually having to produce, and then therefore you are in a really bad situation. So for me, I told him, if you are actually sitting home with your parents, eating for free, doing nothing, at least you can do this for another year while you are learning, then you will be the best. Because as I said, diploma in your hand is the best part ever. Before get the diploma, don't think about jobs. Don't think at all, unless you have to, because you need like your final project to be in a company where you are actually having an interim, right? Or basically what we call PFE in Tunisia, which is a project final des études, or the project educational final for your studies, basically. So before that, don't think about it, right? And then I told him, now I will give you what I'm spending. And there's two types of people. So this month I made around 12K, okay? 12K, that's good money. In Germany, 12K, you're a king. You're better than Merkel. You're better than Trump. If you think about it, you're better because you don't have that problems that he has anyhow. So 12K, but my rent was around 2,000. So 2,000 is too much, right? And I said to myself, okay, 4 days passed and I already spent 4,000. So am I happy? I'm not happy with how much I make, but I'm in a situation where I can also go get a pizza and enjoy playing Assassin's Creed Shadows or whatever, and enjoy my life at least for a second while not thinking about it until I get my next salary, okay? So enjoy your life even when it's messed up, because if you make 4,000 only, you will live with 4,000. If you make 10,000, you will live for 10,000. You think I have money at the end of the month? I have zero each time. For sure, I invest, I do some stuff, but I leave with zero, right? So this guy was thinking, he's learning CSS and he was thinking about jobs and freelance. And what the hell, like, what are you thinking about? Go get your diploma first. Enjoy time after diploma. Think about maybe going to have a good summer without thinking about a job or a diploma or studies. At least have a month in your head where you do nothing. 1 month, okay? And then start looking for jobs, right? Don't be that kind of guy, I don't know how to explain it. All right, now I'll answer some of your questions. As I said, عملت في تونس engineering informatique وبعد جيت هوني جبت صغار 8 سنين نحب نرجع نحسها صعيبة. No. You know what? Reach out to me. Everybody who wants actually to reach out, I have Discord. Message me directly and we can do projects together. Like you can work with me on this SaaS that I'm doing, or I know that I cannot pay you much or whatever, but I will be actually happy just to look at you guys looking at real code and giving your opinion, because that will refresh your memory. And then therefore I have some courses that I can share with you for free. You can just have them. These courses will refresh your memory very good, actually, and then you will become good at it, And I'm really happy that you're like an engineer. So the mind didn't change. Don't worry, your IQ won't drop. your IQ. If not, it will only get higher, you know. But the whole thing is that you need just to have that courage, you know. Thanks, man. Okay, what would you tell someone planning to do masters in data science? Yeah, so for example, this is a good question. This guy is having like a data science degree, right? He wants to get into it. So for me, I had sorry, I have a hair on my tongue. Okay, I got it off. So for me, I have this type of friends. I have a data science friends that was into data management with Databricks. Was in data science with Tableau and with APIs or Python, pure coding. And I have data science friends who are better at coding than data science itself, and they're just doing it for the fun, which is basically building recursion functions and ways to actually hack stuff and become really good at stuff, you know, at providing SaaSes or whatever like that. So there's 3 types of people. Define yourself before you start. So if you are good with data and you do data analytics and you want to work for a company like Adobe where I work, and you're gonna say, hey, if we do this test, then we will get more money from this because I see that numbers are coming from Germany, France, where people actually tend to buy the free trial first and then convert to whatever, and then therefore I see if we switch this up or do this thingy, then we will have more ROI on this or that, on this or that. So either you have that kind of mentality, or you're just like stupidly coding and you're building features, right? So define what you want. Honestly, pick your lane, as we say on video games, right? And that's it. Pick your lane from now and know exactly what you want to do, because probably you will change at some point from data science purely to data management, and then it will be different for you, like a different total thing. So if you know from the beginning what you want to do, then you will be in the right lane before your friends. So you will find yourself actually at the end better than your colleagues, because you already picked your lane and you already picked what you want to learn. Gianna said that you solved all my problems. Happy to do so. So look at this. I will actually I like to draw, so I will draw with you something, right? So okay, life as a developer, right? Then this is the y-axis. All right, the y-axis will be experience, right? The x-axis will be time. Okay. All right, how do you think my life as a developer started? Do you think I started here? No, not really, right? So it started here, and you would think as an insane person that it would go like this, like exponential. It will and grow like that. No, not really. For the first 3 years, I was flat, and then did this. That's the funny part about the whole thing. Do you work remotely and not the office? I work remote/office. Tomorrow I'm going to the office, by the way. So, Rapid said he'd be down for doing some projects. Yeah, actually we'll show you what we're doing. We're doing this GitHub project for white noises. There you go. Yeah, it's actually very cool. I think I forked 8 forks already, 16 stars. That's nice. This is what we're gonna build. So if you want to build something, please add it here and do your PR. I will be happy to accept it. Also, as everybody who actually want to help out, please go there. All right, so this is how Life as Developer is, and this is called a roadmap, or basically a free run. Okay, let's call it a free run, right? Or better than free run, a marathon, right? A marathon 1. Okay, so the marathon 1 is basically when you exit the tutorial hell. Okay, the moment you exit the tutorial hell, th yeah, the moment you exit this, you will have another marathon actually, which is basically now building stuff. You will start building your own SaaSes, and you'll okay, SaaS doesn't written like that, SSS, SaaS. Okay, and then you will start to actually see that the code is in the tip of your fingers, which means that now you can write code that you remember, kinda. So now if I tell you, hey, how to use a context, you would say, oh, okay, create context first, because create context is from React, and then use context, because use context is to call the context by its ID, the ID that I created here. So const var, let's call it, whatever. So here I need to put var. Oh, okay, I remember this. Okay, now this need to put it into a provider. This provider needs to encapsulate the whole app. Okay, now it works, blah, blah, blah. So this type of thinking, right? Okay, I use Zustand, for example, for state management. Okay, I need a global storage. This is all without looking at the code, right? Global storage. Okay, then I need instances, probably global storage for user. Okay, I need to store his preferred language, which is English. Okay, how to get English? Then const destructure languages from global storage dot user, and then you call state here as a callback function, and you call use state dot language. And if you don't want to actually to get the whole state, you can delete this and you get the whole state and structure it here. Or if you don't want to structure it, you can just call state.language directly there. Okay, so this will work, right? So this kind of like how things will be if you are in this level, like the second marathon. I don't know, maybe people are different, right? So maybe you don't do it like me. Maybe you don't remember this kind of stuff, but I do. I remember this, right? So this is then will be exponential. So now you're senior level, okay? Senior, right? And believe me, this can be done, and it be done in 1 year. And you ask me, no, but you cannot never be a senior like in 1 year. You can be senior in 1 month, okay? It's just JavaScript, you know? It's just JavaScript. You sit down and you understand the basics, you become good at it again, right? So all good. That's it. You don't really need to know a lot at this point, right? So what I hate here is that there is a lot of people who actually just want you to be down, right? To just not let you grow, right? And that's it. I mean, now that you are actually a senior, for some other people at this point, for other person, as you see, you actually did marathon 1, marathon 2, and marathon 3, and now you're a 10x developer. And 10x developer doesn't need that you will become like literally very good, you know. By the way, I saw some guy wanted Discord on Twitch. By the way, if you go to my link tree, I will share this. You will have Discord there. Sorry that I didn't put it on Twitch already, but actually I'm stupid enough. I don't know. If you want to help me out with this kind of stuff, like to help me out to grow Discord or do some stuff, please let me know. I'll be happy to actually accept your help. All right, so for other developer, if you look at his, because he has 15 years or whatever, he will see you still here, still in his first marathon, because he already did marathon 3 8 years ago, okay? So then to become like him, you need to just grow like another 3 other marathons or whatever like that. So don't think too much, man. Don't think too much. Just start learning, start building, and you will be happy with that. All right, so closures in JavaScript. This is a good question. How many of you knows Clojure, by the way, right? So closures, whenever I think about closures, I think about accolades, all right? I don't know why. Are these accolades, by the way? I don't know what to call them, right? Excuse my French, because I am not English person. I don't remember sometimes the names of stuff. So yeah, this is how you think about closures. Do you remember for loops, right? For loop, usually it starts with let I equal 0, right? And then I less than whatever, and then I plus plus, right? Did you ever ask yourself why let I, right? Why let I, right? Why, if you do another for loop outside of it, you can do another let I and it will still work, right? So these are in the backpack stack. Basically, what we call backpack stack is basically the stack of JavaScript, which always look asynchronously like this. So why let? Okay, everybody knows. Looks like Sublime Text. No, I'm using Neovim. So let here is just that you are saying here that I'm using this I only for this scope inside the for loop. If you change it to var, then this next I won't be a let, will be also a var, and it will actually, if this is until I equal 5, the last 5 here, it will increment here to be 6, 7, 8 from. So this is the closure part. Let is always exactly to what it is inside, to what accolades it is inside. So var is for the global, right? For the global scope. That's why when you do window, all right, I can actually show you this in code. Why not? All right. So if I go GG up, right? And let me just show you what I mean. So if I do console.log this, right, what do you think that I will have in this there? Clear, and then or maybe no challenge, right? Look at this. I have an empty object. Why is that? Why do I have an empty object there? Because this keyword here is in the global scope and it has nothing basically, right? So it's, this here always refers to the object on the left side of it, and the object on the left side of this keyword is nothing. So the scope of that is nothing, and the scope of that global with this is nothing basically, or is an empty object, right? So there is another thing that you can actually do. If you are in the browser and you do this, it will return the window object, right? But because now we are using Node, it won't return the window object, right? It will return an empty object basically. So for us actually to make this work as something, we can create a function. And this is a funny thing to do. I will create a function variable or a function parameter like that, and I will call this one person, right? And in this here, I will just write that this person will take a name, right? And inside this class person here, I'll say, hey, this dot name equal name, right? Right. So what do you think that if I do right now, like const person or const John, let's say, equal new person of name John, basically, right? What do you think that if I do here a function, I call it, for example, say my name, and this is a method, by the way, right? And a method can be written exactly like this, right? Or you can write it directly without that function keyword, which also works, by the way. And also I think that if you even not put parentheses and stuff, it will still work. Let me think. Yeah, it will still work. And then I will just say, hey, console log this dot name, right? What do you think this dot name here will be, right? Let me actually create it as a function like that. Say my name is not defined. It can be a const, or it can be actually just a very voidy function like that. And maybe here, as I said, you can put that, but I think it's finding a problem here. Do I actually did something wrong? I don't know. It should be fine to an extent, but maybe because this is not a class. Let me actually change the class. And let me also do this as a constructor, so we actually do everything correctly. Constructor, and this constructor will take name, right? And then I will delete this one here, and I will open this constructor with that, and then it will become better. And what else? I think that's it. Here I need just to delete that part, and here I need to actually not use that anymore. So now it's correct, right? So now it's saying that John is assigned but never used. It's fine. I'll just do console.log here, John, right? So now if I just go here and do clear node challenge, and the person is of name John, so that's it. I mean, or maybe call john.sayMyName, so you see it in action, that this keyword now is not empty object anymore. Here you go, it's John directly like that. So now we know that this keyword is not empty anymore, because you have a constructor on top of it, and because this is the scope of the person, which means that this always will refer to that person, which means here it will refer to John. Now I think I explained to you Clojure correctly. If you have any problems, please let me know. Yeah, functions are nice and clean. You can say function, say my name. Yeah, it can work like that as well. Maybe I actually wrote it wrongly, but if I don't want to do a constructor, and I will do this function, and I actually put name here. Oh, you know what I was mistaken, I think, is just that I don't have an equal sign there. And also it can be without the equal sign, because I'm not doing a callback function. That's fine. And then say my name can be fine here. Maybe I just need to do function. I know why. Function say my name, and I will just do it as equal to wherever like that, right? but now it will still have a problem with me. I don't know why. Or const, right? Or maybe this needs to be like that. For some reason I don't know what is happening here, but it can be just like this function, and now it should be working actually. Yeah, should be, otherwise there is a big problem here. Say my name, that's fine. I'm sure that it can be written like directly, but yeah, that's the problem that I don't remember now. It seems like it just got erased from my head. Yeah, it can be function directly. Yeah, for some reason it does not work, right? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so you get the point. I think I will just use it in the window object. Maybe it will work only in the window object. Alright, are you using Console Ninja? No, I'm using NeoVim, by the way. Maybe, yeah. But yeah, I think some guy said, hey, maybe you need to say function like directly there, like that, and it will work for you. Correct, actually. And then you will do this dot name here directly and do name. Let's try it out. Yeah, this should work. Yeah. Okay. I was actually looking at the wrong error at this all time. So here, if I just do node, it will say, "Hey, John, say my name doesn't work. Why is that?" Here you go. It's there, but it's not red for some reason. Actually, what I remember is just throwing it like that, but it's not working like that. It says no, I don't like it. Oh, I have an idea. It's just to throw a function here. Yeah, this would also work. For some reason it doesn't. Or maybe equal sign directly like that. I get it now. Stupid, but seems to be interesting. Interesting. Does this work? No, it says it's not defined as well. Interesting. Yeah, but for some reason this is wrongly written here. Yeah. I remember it that I don't need to use like callback functions like that. I remember this correctly. Like you don't do a const. You can do a const here, but this will become redundant. Yeah. Because now it will not be yeah, because function person takes a name and that's the name equal name, that's all correct, and then say my name is assigned but value never read, so you need to call it as, yeah, but this is not anymore function inside person. Yeah, for some reason it does not work. Weird. Anyhow, I was thinking that maybe a function like this and just putting it like that will work, but still actually a problem. Maybe actually calling it wrongly. Oh, okay. No, I'm calling it correct. Whatever. Yeah, you can return, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, when you use functions, you can do new person, right? Can you explain how browser works? That's a good question. How browser work? That all? Yeah, I was actually trying to do it with a class and it didn't work out. It worked out with a class, but I wanted actually to try to do it as a function, because also that should work. Some guy said, hey, just do I saw the comment right now, function, say my name, and then directly like that. Also that can work, function and then say my name here directly. Yeah, that's what I actually also remember it to be, but for some reason here John.sayMyName doesn't work, because here weird, man. Like this is let me just return this dot name. Maybe that's why it's not working. No, actually. Ooh, weird, actually. Let me say, what is that? Oh, it's undefined even. So for this, for us now, this is undefined completely. Interesting. Interesting. So yeah, probably it will work only if you are in the browser. That's why node it doesn't work. So it should be a class. Okay, we learned our lesson. Let's return it to a class and that's it. I think it's just a falsy node issue. Yeah, so here, as you see, like this, it will work. Oops, am I missing something? No. Oh, 1 second. So this person is a class. It doesn't take anything here. It takes constructor, and it says, hey, I have a problem for sure because this is not needed, and then this will work, right? And then yeah, John here, you just console log, or maybe return this. Basically, I said, yeah, I will return directly here the this.name, and then if you talk about console logs here, you will just need to call John, and then if you do dot, you will see the method here, right? And that will work completely because it's a class. So class with node. Oh, now we have promise problem. Did I do actually any problem here? No. Promi1. Am I calling it? All right. I think this is not needed. Am I resolving something wrongly here? Unexpected identifier promi1. Oh, what is happening here? I think it just took the other problems into, yeah, now it works for some reason. Return Cena. Is John a class? No, John is just a constant that calls a class or instance of a class. Yeah, not working on the app today. We are just doing like a small live stream actually. Nice. Let me actually take off my screen from the face of everyone. By the way, guys, we are also on Twitch. So on Twitch, you will see the full screen, which will gonna be really much better. Hey, tech friend. So I actually reached out to a tech friend today to just ask him if he wants to collab on something. I was thinking maybe because he's more interested in AIs than me, and I don't understand anything about AI lately. I'm not following. So I was thinking about maybe a funny video where we try to put AI into a test or something like that. Like, for example, today I went to a friend of mine who has this his PDF reader resume AI or something like that, and and he told me, yeah, if you put any text with any PDF in my AI, it will put the resume. Okay, I said, okay, I will put a PDF that is not including any text, and it will be all images inside the PDF. Let the AI resume this. The AI for sure flopped because it didn't understand what is in there, so it started reading like machine assembly code basically. And then we pushed this AI to the limit. This AI you pay 20 euros to use or whatever like that, right? So it's kind of crazy like how people sometimes do develop some stuff and they don't know to which extension this will work basically. Yeah. Did you ever dealt with PayPal payments? Not really. I didn't have the possibility to work with PayPal business, but I think it should be solved if you just use Stripe. Use Stripe is easier and it has it as an extension and it will work perfectly. Stripe is kind of like a relational model for payments. Yeah. I should set up Olama, maybe. Yeah. Oh, you can't use Stripe in Macedonia. Interesting. All right. Then go to Discord, go to my link tree in my profile, go to Discord, ask your questions. We'll probably try to solve it for you. My dog is sneezing, by the way. What AI do you recommend for coding? I use Cursor AI, which seems to be working fine for me, honestly. Yeah. Cool. Any other questions, though? Cool. I mean, you guys are asking really good questions, and really like that. I'm waiting for some emails to reach out to my bucket. I'm trying also to look for these LLMs that are lightweight and use them on my computer, but I don't know. Oh, okay. So I will actually share with you another link for Discord then. Seems like Discord is not working anymore for some reason. Let me check. I can open it here, and I will just do an invitation link for exactly you guys. About people. All right. So I'm sharing right now in the chat a Discord link. Can I do a Discord link that is forever valid? I don't know. Nice. Yeah, Olama is really lightweight. I heard of that. What stage are you in for the app, bro? For the application for white noises, I am really now looking only at CSS. And I need some people to explain to me how S3 works. So I need some time for myself to understand how that works, and maybe use S3 bucketing for streaming stuff. All right, cool. I have a lot of things to learn, honestly. AWS for me seems like a bit obscure for now. I need to get used to it and use it maybe in one project or two and build with it some stuff. But I'm trying also now to focus more into like the projects that comes to me as paid projects, so I can work on them, make some money. But then if all good, then I will go back to building stuff for fun. Yeah. Oh, next is a junior software engineer at a startup. And what is the startup about? Hopefully it's a good thing. I like the startups now that are about like zero commission, for like green startups, what we call, and stuff like that. They tend to be funded very heavily with the government, and yeah, they make much money. One of them, I work with them, SFC, which they do like batteries that are like country green, and they help people to have like batteries in the worst weathers possible, like the Alps or wherever, like in the -30 ice storms. You can install a battery to get like the data from there, from like a API or something like that, with a small computer attached to it that has its heat connected to this battery that works with methanol or wherever, and then it takes water outside and it keeps cooling the computer. So it's kind of like a full system that works, and built by small people, and they now very rich. Inventory management type software. Nice. So E3, this is what we call ERP, enterprises resources planning, like SAP and stuff like that. So they are building theirs. Oh wow, so some guy here used S3 to store files for Next.js project and deploy an instance for the app using EC2. Yeah, that's what I need to actually understand. For me, I have white noises to store, like MP3 files to store, but for now they are not working fine. Locally they work, but when I go to production they don't work fine, so I need to find a solution. Yeah, next said yes, ERP, nice. So you are trying to get SAP down. Nice. Let me look how many followers we have. Cool, man. We are already at 15k. That's amazing. So tomorrow I will post some videos about what we're doing today, for example, about Git or stuff like that, and about also the stuff that we talked about on the live stream, and we go from there. Oh, that's a good question. What is your must-have Vim plugin? I think it's called TSLS, which it is like the LSP for TypeScript. It's very needed. It shows you the errors on the screen whenever you are typing, so you don't have to compile. Because yeah, VS Code will yell at you with the green, red stuff, but on Vim it's really hard to do it. So you need that plugin. It's called TSLS, I think, or you can go and okay, do Mason. Here you go, Mason, and it will open up all these. So use these: PyLint, Prisma, Prettier, Lua, Server, HTML, LSP, And if you go to my LSP here, CSS LSP, for example, Emmet. Yeah. I have one for GraphQL, but I don't use it. I think I have one for Prisma for some reason. Yeah, ESLint and PyLint also, and formatters. Is it the formatter that I was talking about? No. I have one. Okay, if I go all, yeah, TypeScript language server. Here you go, TSLS. Oh, I need to update actually. Hopefully the update doesn't break anything. Nice. Cool. Also ESLint, yeah, correct. Yeah. Next said that he is learning a lot. I mean, how old are you, by the way? If you are around, I don't know, 25 or whatever, in 5 years you become senior of seniors. Just focus. That's it. Yeah. Hopefully all will be good. Yeah. Interesting. Good people in the chat. Wow. So what is that you want to see, guys, in the channel? I mean, I know that right now we are doing a lot of stuff and we are jumping from thing to another, but what do you want to see next? Because now we are at 1 hour live stream already, so we are close to me ending because it's really too late. I need to get some sleep. Tomorrow I will go to the office, but I would like to get from you what you want to see tomorrow, and I will actually make a video about it. Yeah, vibe coding, that's a good idea. I did a video, but I will make more maybe. Oh, the package.json file for my project. It's not really that I have two server and front, but I can show you the front end part. Where is my package.json? Yeah, here you go. It's actually, by the way, free to see, so you can see it. It's open source. So bcrypt is wrong because we don't need we need bcrypt in the front end to decrypt the GWT token to make sure that the profile is correct. Interesting. Wait a second, did I use actually Passport GWT on the front end? Should be a backend GS. Oh, wait a second, where am I? Interesting. Yeah, very interesting actually. These are the dev dependencies. Yeah, it's public repo. You can go and check it. Yeah. By the way, you can also code with us here. I'll share it in the chat. I pinned the comment there, and I will also do it on Twitch. Cool. All right, guys, I'll go now. Thanks a lot. Honestly, thanks for all these likes. That was amazing. Tomorrow I will also do the same. We will be here doing vibe coding and hopefully we will do a lot of stuff and we will learn a lot, right? And yeah, so I need to claim some flares. Flare level 1, and flare is basically what you get when you do TikTok stuff, and they will give you like some flares to use in your live stream, which means that you will reach out to more people, which is amazing because that's something probably some people need. But yeah, still is not enough, because TikTok, if you reach around 150 viewers in one live stream, you will become really, really, really good. Yeah. Alright, cool. So tomorrow, as I said, we will be doing this again, and we will be working on the other application. So thanks a lot, everyone. Some guy said Lil Tekzina, he's Tunisian as well. Thanks a lot, and yeah, let's talk tomorrow and let's do this day by day and see how it goes. All right, so tomorrow we'll do 3 hours of development, and please be here, and I will tell you exactly what happened in my live coding interview. All right, so thanks for being here. Amazing. And see you tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone.